Why did the market take another dump today after Fed Chair Jerome Powell spoke? First thing to know, the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the US, has two mandates from Congress. Here are four, see if you can pick which two are correct. If you chose A and C, congratulations. The Fed's two directives are to promote maximum employment and price stability. For now, the labor market is pretty solid. The unemployment rate is 4.2%. There have been a lot of layoffs recently, so the Fed will be watching closely to see if the labor market weakens. Now for their other mandate, taming inflation. Believe it or not, the Fed has made decent progress toward this goal over the past few years through quantitative tightening and raising interest rates. However, and Jay Powell has acknowledged this, no one feels like inflation is tamed. We've had relentless price increases for 5 years, and the high cost of living is straining consumers. That's one reason the Fed has not lowered interest rates yet. And now the Fed is really in a pickle because these high tariffs will raise consumer prices. For all the team tariff people, yes, the long-term goal of tariffs is to reshore supply chains and ultimately lower prices. But in the short term, economists agree, we are looking at some pretty high prices. In summary, the Fed chair reiterated a cautious outlook for the US economy and a very challenging scenario for the Fed. Do they hold on decreasing interest rates to keep inflation down and risk slower growth in a weaker jobs market? If we find ourselves in a situation where inflation is high but growth has totally stalled out, we have stagflation. Also not a favorable economic outlook for the US. On top of that, the Fed has made it really clear they're not about to bail out the stock market anytime soon. I think we would need some pretty catastrophic economic data for the Fed to step in like that. And the stock market, being the perpetual overreactor that it is, did not like this information. However, as many of you will recall from last week, the market can go up as quickly as it can go down. And remember, some of the market's best days have been during corrections, crashes, and bear markets. If you want more investing education, join the win. That's my investing education business, and it's $3 a month.